Hello and welcome back to another Verve learning video. In this one, we're going to take those deal points we distilled in the last video and use them to make an MP Lit writer booking. This will be a demo, a live demonstration in IE to show you just how to make a booking for MP Lit writer deals. Okay, so here we are. We got our deal points. We got IE open right here. So we just go ahead and click bookings right there and it pulls up. And let's make this a little smaller just so we can see both on our screen at the same time. There we go. So we got our booking right here, deal points on the left. All right, let's just jump right into it. So we'll click new and client name. That's going to be all. So just so you know, all this information is right here. So writer Aaron Saw, this is where we pulled all that information from. You can see the comparison there. But anyway, so we go new, Aaron Sala is the client. If it's not appearing there, you need to check is a client on their address. Okay, so we link it to the client and then project. We're going to link this to follower. And if the project exists in IE, meaning it was created as like an OWA or ODA or something like that, you can just link it to the pre-existing project. If the project doesn't exist, you can just make a new one. This project exists because this was a real booking that was made back in the day. So we'll just link it to that. Booked is good. Department, this is feature. So we'll change it to feature. Booked by, I'm just going to say mailroom, but if your boss was, Liz Parker, you'd say Liz Parker. If it was Kyle Jensen, et cetera, et cetera. Make sure to not do the assist one. Always do your boss's name. And if you get that wrong, you'll just have to start over. It's baked in, unfortunately. So make sure to get that right. I'm just going to do mailroom just for this drill. And we can just click OK. There we go. And it appears here. So we got the familiar sections you might recognize from before. So let's just go through it all. Let's add the buyer first. So who is the buyer? Producer, Paramount Pictures Corporation. So just click right there. Paramount, like it, obviously Paramount exists. If the company doesn't exist, you'll have to make the company in IE. All right, that's good. And I'm just kind of going through everything. I'll add deal points and everything in just a sec. I just want to make sure I hit all these little details here. Okay, so loan out and tech politics position is going to be the writer for this. I go down to writer. I'm gonna check the splits. And we see he's got lit entertainment for managers and then this attorney, and I'm just going to double check that against the address. Okay, so we pull up the client address and we go to contacts, and we just want to make sure that those splits look the exact same. There we go. So we see this company, McEwen, Frankel, Whitehead, that matches, and lit entertainment, that matches. The splits there. So we are good to go. Just get to check that. And then just moving along here, type is feature because it's feature we selected at the beginning. BD date, that's a TV only thing. We'll talk about that later. Same for episode, TV only. Union, WGA. So you would select WGA if the client is in the WGA or if the studio buyer is a WGA signatory. Most are, unless it's like a smaller company. Most of the time it's WGA. If you want to find that out, you can look up a list of WGA signatories online. And then we'll move over to fees and expenses. We'll add that in later. Invoicing. Who is the invoice contact? Well, the invoice contact is the person who sent this over. I don't have a record of it for this drill, but I know it's Michael Flores. So I'll just link it to Michael Flores. If you had the emails between your boss and this person, when they close the deal, you'd see that that person was Michael Flores. So I'll just click other here and link it to Michael Flores. It's important here that that person is linked to the company themselves. Change this to email. So it says Paramount under Michael Flores. If he's not, then it'll cause trouble down the line when you try and do the invoice. And then the email for Michael Flores down here, you can't copy and paste it. You have to choose from the drop-down menu and then link it to Michael Flores. There we go. And it auto-populates with the email. It pulls that email from the address in IE. Okay, so that looks good. For documents, we're going to want to upload this one. I saved it, writer agreement ASALA, to downloads. you're going to save it to the same area you save client paperwork. And we'll just put it in there for contracts. There we go. Upload it there. Always embed it. Don't link it. If you link it, then you have to have access to it, and you're just finding the link. If you embed it, you're actually uploading it to IE. So upload it so that other people can use it. And there you go. It's uploaded here, so anyone can refer to it later if they run into any trouble down the line, or if you're off the desk by then. Alrighty, so we kind of filled out these sections. Let's move up here. So booking type. We're going to make this extensive for features. It's extensive for TV, pilot series, for publishing. And now we'll move over to compensation. This is where we can start putting in our deal points. Okie dokes. So remember, you write it here, publish it over to the right. So first one, first draft total. And I'm going to type these out, but for the first few, you can also copy and paste them, do a few spaces, commencement, then press tab on your keyboard and look at that. Ta-da, it publishes it. And it automatically moves the subheading to optional fees. Before we're doing guaranteed, that's what the blue thing is. And now we're moving to optional, which is great because we got the first rewrite there. So first rewrite total $5,000. Space, commencement. $2,500. Delivery. $32,500. Pretty straightforward, and it goes on and on and on. You can also just copy and paste it in if you're feeling really lazy. Like that. Try and break it up just a little bit, just to make it easier on the eyes. So add some spaces there. You want to make this as easy to read as possible. There we go. So we got those, and now we need credit bonus and contingent comp. So just move on down. Credit bonus, sold, 350,000. And we will also add that less all sums paid. I know I didn't include it in the deal points earlier. And then shared 52,500 flat. So you can remember less all sums paid minus anything they pay for any of these, like first drafts, rewrites, any of that. And then the flat is, doesn't matter how much they've been paid in the past, they get 52,500. So I'll just press tab for that and move on to contingent fees. Sold 5%, shared 2.5%. Tab, simple. There it is. Ta-da! Oops, actually, so you can click on these blue things if you want to go to any of them. So if you want to edit, optional fees, click on the blue, and you can edit it right here. Guaranteed, click on the blue there, you can edit it. You can also just choose it from this drop down, both ways to get there. All right, so now we got the deal points in here. That was pretty simple. Next up, we need to create the steps. In order to add the lines, all you have to do is click Edit Expenses. Let's just move this over here. I know it gets a little cumbersome. There we go. Alrighty, so we'll click Add Fee, Client Fee. If this was optional, we do option, but this is guaranteed, so it's client fee. Click OK. So first we need to choose something from the dropdown, commencement of first draft. Always try and pick it from this. And if you don't find something that exists here, you can ask Lonette to add it in, but try not to be writing it in. We want to keep it limited to the pre-selected ones. So commencement first draft, 50,000. That looks good. And then job date. So in MP, things don't really happen like clockwork like they do in TV. So the job date isn't quite as important because you don't know when exactly they're going to trigger these steps. But to be safe, I'm going to push this out a month from right now and then split up every step by 1 month. But if you have a better idea, definitely use that. So I'll make it the 10th of December. And yes, move the due date. You always want to make the due date 7 days after the job date. Think of job date as you owe us money. Due date is we need the money by this date. So now we got that in there. We can click update and it adds it to this like top, I don't know, pre-section, and then you can publish it to the list below, and then it puts it down there. Ta-da! And we can just keep this going. Add fee. Okay. Job date. Push it out a month. Yes, we want to move the due date. Change this to delivery of first draft. Wait for it. Wait for it. There we go. Update, add fee to list. Alrighty, and then now we're down to the option. Once you select option fee right there, commencement of first rewrite. I put this in double 32.5 because it's half and half. Okay, and we're going to push that out a month as well. And yes, move the due date, update, add fee to list. And as you can see right there, it says option fee. That's very important because, as you can imagine, when we're like forecasting how much the company is going to earn, these two steps are, we know for sure we're going to earn 5,000 commission on each, but this optional one, we don't know if we're going to earn it. It depends on if the studio triggers that step. Okay, let's keep it going. Alrighty, so there you go. We got all the steps in here, and we can just close this. I know it doesn't save, so it's kind of nerve-wracking, but trust me, it'll appear. There we go. And there it is in there. We got 10%, all of our steps here. You might be wondering, what about these contingent and credit bonus fees? Don't worry about those. They don't need to be put in as steps right now, so you can just wait until later to put those in. Now we got our steps right here. Let's just make this a little bigger so we can revel in our success. And the booking is done. Let's just do it once over to make sure we hit everything. So we got buyer, good, extensive, good. We got all the deal points up here. We got the position, splits were correct. We checked that earlier. We have union, awesome. We got our steps right down there. There's 10%. Sometimes it puts in 0%, so make sure to check for that. Double check that the total here matches what you're anticipating to be the total. Let's see, invoice contact is good. There we go. We uploaded the contract, so we're all good to go. So let's just bounce back over here and send a copy to our boss just to make sure it looks good. So let's do print preview. Okay, it pulls up this Word doc. There we go. And then you can just do Control A, Control C, email your boss. So let's just say this with your boss, training agent. Paste it there and just say, what do you think? How does this look? Send it to your boss. And then once they sign off, you're good to go. Alrighty, well, that wraps it up for this MP Lit Writer booking. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you got a lot out of this. Make sure to tune in for the next booking demos.